Hello, welcome back to the channel. How are you all doing? So a quick one, another contest entry. I've been mulling over this one about what to do. So this contest has been set by 6-inch Pianist to celebrate his 10 years of making videos on YouTube, which is remarkable. But we'll come back to that in a minute. So the contest is it's just to show 3 songs that you'd like to hear or put on a pub jukebox on a Saturday night. So that's exactly what I've done. For this entry, I've gone value for money. I wanted to focus on songs that have been released as singles because that's what jukeboxes are about. But I was thinking, the longer the better. Get your money's worth. And I've cracked it. So, right, let's get on. So, a couple of 7-inches and 1 album. So, to start off, the best 7-inch I own, my absolute favourite, Eloise by The Damned. Oh, this is fantastic. Cover of a tune by, is it Barry Ryan or Paul Ryan? I think Paul Ryan wrote this and Barry Ryan performed it originally in the late 60s. But The Damned absolutely nailed it in the mid-80s with this cover, and it did very well. I don't think it did get the number 1, but it might have. It's like number 2 or 3 in the charts. It was a big hit for them. It was during their sort of more gothy phase. Just fantastic. It's just I love it. I absolutely love it. Goes through so many moods, and it's about 5.5, 6 minutes long as well. How do they get away with it? Magnificent. I've actually got the 12-inch of this as well, and the 12-inch version is, I think, is awful. They butchered it, extended it, noodled about. No, it was never needed. Get the 7-inch on this one if you're going to do it at all, because it's not on an album. Right, next, another 7-inch. Now, this single here actually came free with an album on original copies of the album. It's The Stranglers, it's Walk On By. Now, I do think it had a standalone single release. And I think they might have butchered it down to 3 minutes for radio airplay and Top of the Pops and what have you. But that will not do. I want to hear the full 6.5 minute length version on a pub jukebox. I love this. This is one of the best songs they ever did. And another cover, it's remarkable. Sped up, punked up, and then in the middle of it, they've kind of borrowed what sounds like the midsection of The Doors' Light My Fire, which incidentally was a contender for this contest, but this won. What more can I say? Love it. Yeah, great value for money. Great value for money. For years and years, I always thought, that's the best ever cover of Walk On By ever. But then I heard Hot Bud Soul by Isaac Hayes, and it was like, Right. We're going to slow things down now. Slow things down. Slow dance at the end. Definitely. What's one of the greatest love songs of all time that clocks in at nearly 6 minutes? Any guesses? Yeah, it's 10cc's I'm Not In Love. I haven't got the 7-inch single. I don't need it because it's on this great album, the original soundtrack, which if you hunt around, you can still get for about £3, and it's really, really good. I don't think I need to say too much about the song I'm Not In Love. There's such a backstory behind it, how it all came about, and it's fascinating in its own right. There's documentaries on YouTube about how this song came about, and it's just a remarkable piece of production, really, and a beautiful, beautiful song. And how in 1975 they were allowed to sort of put it out and for it to do so well at 6 minutes long is anyone's guess. Incidentally, I've always argued, and I think other people have argued too, that that track and another track on this album called One Night in Paris, the production and the way it's all put together, there was another band called Queen definitely listening to this, and I strongly believe that if it wasn't for 10cc and these tracks, we would not have had Bohemian Rhapsody. So there we are. That's my 3 entries. Yeah, nice. So yeah, the reason I went for the value for money theme is that when I started drinking in pubs, which would have been around the mid 90s, jukeboxes were going into the CD age. I do remember the old 7-inch jukeboxes very well as a kid, and they were still around now. You still see them very occasionally, don't you? As a sort of more of a novelty thing. But I remember I used to sort of, you sometimes you go into a pub and, you get your pint, your mates might sort of, put a stack of pound coins on the pool table. Or no, it was 50p back then. It wasn't a pound, it was more like 50p. And I'd head over to the jukebox and you'd flick through the CDs. It used to be like a book. And you'd see, it would be like Pink Floyd's "Wish You Were Here" would be in there. The CD would be in there, and it would be 5 tracks for £1. So I'd just annoy everyone and put the whole album on. That's the sort of thing I would do. There was a social club, a hospital social club we used to drink in. Again, back in the 90s, and they had a CD jukebox, and one of the albums was the Best of the Doors. The double album that came out in the mid 90s when the film came out. And then for all the money, we'd stick on The End, When the Music's Over, LA Woman, Riders on the Storm. And it used to really annoy the punters. It was good days. I remember that social club, £1.10 for a pint of Courage Directors back in like 1995. Fantastic. It's funny. My parents, my mum and dad, ended up moving where they still reside now to a house, and that social club was literally over their garden fence. It was that close. And sadly, shortly after they moved in there, the thing got demolished and was no longer. So greatly missed. Good days. Anyway, that's my entry. So what can I say about John, 6-inch pianist? Brilliant, regular content. Always got a smile on his face, endless enthusiasm, amazing knowledge, and the fact he's been doing this for 10 years. I knew he'd been doing it a while. There are several channels here who've been doing this a while, but yeah, a whole decade. That is absolutely remarkable. So cheers to your first 10 years, and here's hopefully to the next decade with more great records. So anyway, that's it. Just a short one. Until the next time, take care of yourselves. Thank you for watching.